Hello, Physics 101 students, catalog code 90780. I will be your lab instructor. My name is Professor Glenda De Nicola. Your lecture and recitation instructor will be Professor Peter Eckstein. Today is our first class, right? Wednesday, September 2nd, and you will meet Professor Eckstein on Zoom. And he will send you a link to that. So pay attention to your emails. I want to tell you how we are going to meet also today for our very first introductory lab session. So today you're going to have a bit of lecture and you're going to have a bit of lab. You're going to have both. In general, all your labs will be on Wednesdays. And our labs, however, will not start right at 6. Our labs will start, most days will start at 7. Now, it all depends on how long. It may take a few extra minutes more with Professor Eckstein. And then you arrive to the lab a little bit later, right? Say 7:10, 7:05. I think Professor Eckstein will be very good with this. It's at letting you go around 7. So I will be there waiting. Most of the time, for sure, by a few minutes after 7, I expect you all to be there. So we are going to meet for the labs inside Blackboard. So I'm going to teach you how you're going to get to the link where you're going to meet me in a live session for our labs. Okay? So every Wednesday. Today is the very first Wednesday. So again, today it may be that you're all going to be there only at around between 7:30. I'm not sure exactly what time, but I'll be there waiting for you since 7. Okay? So let's see how you're going to get to the lab. So as soon as you leave the lecture, you click out of that lecture, you are going to the lab session on Wednesdays, okay? So here you go, I expect you after 7. So here is the front page of the college website, right? So you're gonna click on My SCCC, and you're going to enter with your login, your password, etc. And you're going to go to Suffolk Online again, and then you log in Blackboard, right? And probably, because I'm already in, you're going to click login again until you are here. Here you are in the Blackboard environment, okay? You need to do that for all classes here at Suffolk anyway, right? So you should feel comfortable logging in Blackboard often. Now, there are 2 important tabs here in Blackboard. One is called Courses, the other is called Community. I will highlight this too. The courses is what you're going to use the most to go to our course, our Physics 101 course, to go to its own Blackboard page where there's materials there for you. So please, this is the one you're going to click all the time and go back and check things out. That's where resources are for your course. What about the Community tab? That's where you're going to click when you go to office hours, or to the office hours of the professional assistant, our PA, our lab assistant, or our professional office hours, mine or Professor Eckstein. You have 2 instructors this semester, so you have double office hours available for you. So let's go to courses here. That's what you need to do to access our live lab classes, okay, on Wednesdays. After the lecture. The lecture will be again starting at 6 with Professor Eckstein, most likely using Zoom. Pay attention to your email, college email, right? The email that ends at sunysuffolk.edu. Then after that's over, it's going to be over around 7 p.m. You are going to do these clicks and go to your website. So you are in Physics 101. The catalog code for your class is 90780. So this one, you're seeing my view, right? Your view will be different. We're in my account. So I had already sent you an email with some instructions on how to do this. Now you have the video as well. The news is that I had said that in the email that we will be there at 7:30, but it looks like now that we may be together even earlier. So at 7, I'm already going to be there waiting for you at 7 p.m. And every time I set up something, every time any Blackboard class is set up, you are allowed to log in even 15 minutes earlier. So even at 6:45, you can get in there, okay? But I expect you to be in recitation at 6:45, so don't go unless you're totally free, right? So anyway, I'm just letting you know from 7, or actually 6:45 is already available. From 7, I'm already expecting you in this environment. So here is our Blackboard page, and I invite you to go and check lots of these links. This can be kind of like a homework for you. There's a link about academic integrity. If you're not that familiar with Blackboard in our online environment, I would strongly suggest you to go here. Let me just change to the student view. For you to go here, I'm changing from instructor to student view so that you see exactly what you will see. So Suffolk Online, right, is student orientation. We invite you to go there. How to's, so there's a lot of questions you're probably going to have, like, how do I access the recordings of the class? Because my classes will be recorded and I will post them for you. They will be posted in Blackboard, okay? And so the labs, right? So you can watch them later. So how do I access class recording? So you go in this, and here there's information. How do I access instructor office hours? How do I go to the office hours? Remember I was telling you about the community tab. So you're going to click here and you're going to see instructions. So I invite you to explore these links now and learn, right? As we're going to have Labor Day next week and all. So until we meet again next week, you have a lot of things to explore, and you can read. Happy readings, right? So there you go. How do you access the outline, the course outline? Here at Suffolk, we call the course outline almost like a syllabus in general, and a lot of other places call them. The course outline is even more than a syllabus, has a lot of things, more things. For the labs, so Professor Epstein has his own outline for the lecture, recitation, and you pay attention, he will share that with you. And for the labs, I'm sharing with you here now. It is available in Blackboard. So you're going to click here, outline for the labs, okay? And it will take you to, well, I already posted big, I already have it here in this tab on the browser. Okay, so I invite you to read. These are my office hours. This is how you can meet with me live. I have an office hour tomorrow. The office hours are written here at the top, but basically that's what you see is my schedule, right? So in pink, in hot pink here are the hours we can meet live, just like I'm doing now. So for instance, I have tomorrow from 10 to 11 a.m. And how do you get to this? You have to go to the community tab, etc. Follow some steps that have in the instruction, right? But I would like you, this is, again, if highlighted here in green, this is only for the lab part of your course. So the lab part of your course will represent about a lot of work, but it corresponds to 30% of the grade, but lab, it requires more time. So it's about maybe half of the work, but it's 30% of your grade. Labs do require more time, that's where you always have more time. Have a lot of time for labs, well. Read this, right, about our lab reports, lab midterm and lab final, how many will be dropped. So we will have 11 lab reports, 2 will be dropped, that's 80% of your grade, and then there's going to be 2 tests, okay? So information about tests will come closer to the time of the test, but I would like you to read all this, read. It's your responsibility to read. If you have any disability, it's your responsibility to probably receive instructions. You have to get in touch with me so that I know how we can accommodate that, right? But you have to take the lead and get in touch. There's a disclaimer that's very important, right? Please read the disclaimer. And I always, normally when the class is face-to-face, we always have this little slip here that I make you sign so that you're saying I read everything, etc. We're not asking you to do this now when the class is online, but you have the responsibility to read everything. This is like our contract for the lab, okay? So this is our schedule for the lab. You see on today is going to be an introduction. You see all the schedule here throughout the semester. You see the days of the midterm, the final. You see how it's all written here for your lab. Okay, so the black in our Blackboard page. So here we go. So you have here a tab that says content, right? And slowly Professor Xteen probably will also post things here. We have some things posted already here. There's math review, right? So there's a textbook available for you. Pay attention to the instructions that Professor Xteen will send to you. Professor Xteen may be using a different textbook. This is a free one, it's free. So you can also always use this one. You should always, concerning lecture, obey your lecture professor, what is the instructions given by your lecture professor. But here you go, there's also a free, another free resource. A list of equations, and I think Professor Xteen will also give you another one. And then you have here this link that says labs. I'm really responsible for the labs. So this link that says labs, this folder that says labs, is also written here, labs. So let's go put it in two different places with labs. So a lot of your labs will happen inside this website called Pivot Interactives. Pivot Interactives, this is the website. And you're going to do this. You're going to click here where it says join a class. And you're going to insert the class key. What is the class key? So, oops, let me go back again here. So here's your class key, is D3E55FF4. You will pay $10 to access that website for the whole semester. So once you enter this class key, you will ask your credit card information, you pay the $10 and you have access for the whole semester. It's mandatory. We will use this Pivot Interactive website throughout the semester. So you need to do that as soon as possible. We're not going to be using this exactly today, but very soon you will need it, certainly by next week. So you should be doing it, okay? Today, our first class, we'll go over some of these exercises here, okay? And eventually the instructions for your labs will show up over here. But what is very important, as you hear me saying today, is that I'm going to give you instructions today, go over like about lab reports, how the lab reports are going to be, the format, right, etc. So all these, where is all these? Because I can tell you, but where is like the recordings? Where is it all written? Right? It's written here. This is our free physics lab manual. Physics lab manual. See, you're going to go back to this so many times. So pay attention to this. Where was this? Labs, physics lab manual. How does it look like? It looks like this. Physics lab manual is a Google Doc. You're seeing here, I'm able to edit, right? You won't be able to edit, so you won't see the mouse here available for you to edit, but you see the same thing. So there are links here, right? This thing has like 30 something pages, but you only use what you need, right? So for instance, when I want to know about lab reports and formats of lab reports, lab report format and grading, you go and it says rubric and format of physics lab reports. So it teaches you how the labs will be graded. Oh, I wanted an example of a lab report. Here it goes, example of a lab report. Oh, I don't know, Professor, you talk so much about like significant figures and all these things. Where can I learn about uncertainty and error? Here there is in the lab manual. It's also in your textbook, actually, this first part. Professor, where can I learn more about significant figures? Also in your textbook, but here there's a different approach, okay, for the labs. Oh, it's also in the lab manual, okay? I have to do graphs, Professor. I don't know how to do graphs. How can I do graphs? What do you want in a graph? Here is in the manual. What is a good graph? What is a bad graph? Okay. Comments about graphs. And then links as well. I'm going to be using Excel. You guys will be using Excel. And you can install, this is Microsoft Excel, right? Where you can make graphs, you can make tables. You can install Excel for free, right? Once you're in the college, you can install Windows 365 for free. Windows 365 for free for you. So you should all have installed that in your computers, Windows 365, do that. And you see that very soon we'll be using Excel, which is free for you, okay? And I'll teach you, I will teach you. But also, you have tutorials online. So many people taught so many students how to use Excel, right? So it's something that a lot of people use. So there's tutorials too, and you see these links here in blue. These are links on how to do this, how to do that. So many videos online recorded on people teaching the basics. You need the basics only, okay? So it's also the links and the structure available in this lab manual. This lab manual, you guys will go back to it so many times. All right. As I'm talking about all these things, this whole video started because I wanted to give instructions on how to access the class today, our lab class today, right? So where are you going to access our lab class today? You're going to go here. It says live classes, lectures and labs, and So you're going to click here, live classes, lecture, and you are going to enter in this environment. This is called Blackboard Collaborate Ultra, okay? So today at 7 p.m. or 6:45, I told you, right? So today at 6:45, this will be available to you. This will be black. You look at how all these links look like light gray. This will be black and available, okay? So right now it's not available. It's not 7 p.m. It's not 6:45 p.m. But at 6:45 p.m. starting there is already going to be available. So you're going to click here. And so I'm going to use this as an example. Do you see this thing called course room? This is already available for you, okay? It's always available, by the way, you can use to collaborate with your other colleagues. So you click here, you're gonna click on the lab introduction today, but I'm just using the course room as an example. And just like it is showing here in this example, the course room, there's gonna be this link here, join the lab introduction. So you're gonna click here and you're going to join, okay? I'm not going to join now because we already are in a chat, but what are you going to see once you join? It's a video like this. You're going to see my slides, you're going to see my screen, there's a chat room, okay? So that's how the live classes will be happening every Wednesday for the lab. And I expect you to join already at around 7, okay? I'll be able to see everybody that's in, so that's how we kind of take attendance, okay? So again, here, click on this lab introduction, and when it's 6:45, starting 6:45, you're going to see join the lab introduction. Click there, join, and then you're good to go, okay? So I expect to see you today, later, at around 6:45. Take care, guys. Bye-bye. Oh, if only I can remember how to